So it is 9:05, our traditional starting time, and welcome everyone. This is 1 Million Cup Seattle. I hope that you have meant to be here because we're glad that you are here. I'm going to start sharing the screen. I'm Eric. I'm your host for today. Not the only host, but I'm a host for today. And want to tell you a little bit about us here in 1 Million Cups in Seattle and how we do things. So once again, good morning. This is 1 Million Cup Seattle, and if you enjoy your day, be sure to come back again. We love having you week after week after week. It makes a great community. And you can also follow us on some social media places if you like. We'd love to have you there too. So what do we do here? Well, this is really a community that's all about asking and offering in the guise of sharing and really building and supporting each other. So we are really about that support network that you need to get your business, your idea started or off the ground. And all of this is done supposedly while we drink a bunch of coffee, even though I don't, I drink Diet Coke instead. What makes us different than other groups that talk about the same kind of things is that we're really trying to bring everyone together who is interested in this idea of a business or a product. And we want to give them an opportunity at the early stages to present, not really pitch, but to present what's going on, connect with people who might have information for them, or they might want to share information and then might just become a mentor, or you might become their mentor. It's all about that, presenting, connecting, and it's done by us, the community. So it's not done by some big company that wants to take over what you're doing and learn about your stuff and steal it. No, it's really about just a bunch of other people just like you who are just happy to have you there. So that's one of our big things is we are radically and intentionally inclusive. So anybody who has any idea that seems like it might be business, we would love to have you on our stage. This happens not just in Seattle, but all over the country. And there's at least 168 communities. Most of them are kicking back into full swing again. So this is fantastic. Lots of volunteers and lots of attendees every week. And all of them go by the same kind of 3 words that we think represent what we're about: education, presentations, and connections. So as you think about what we're doing here today, that's really our goal. There's going to be some education we're all going to learn. There's going to be a fantastic presentation by Saib, and then we'll make some connections later. So this is going to be great stuff. We normally meet in person at the Collective, which you see here. But more importantly, there's been more than 8,000 other people who have done just this, have given a presentation at a 1 Million Cup since its inception. So this is a fantastic number. And matter of fact, this 8,000 is probably way too low because this was our slide from about a year ago. And we haven't updated it. Crazy. We have some community sponsors who really help us make this all happen. We got the McLaughlin Method. We got the Stamp Pack Coffee. When we're in person, they donate some coffee for those people who want to have some Java in the morning. We have Human Up and a small studio. Fantastic to have these people. They make it possible for us as volunteers to organize this whole event. And here's that organizer group that I'm talking about. This is the group we have. We've got one more. Tiara, she'll be soon. We'll soon have her picture up here. It's gonna be fantastic. And we would love to have you. If you want to possibly be a volunteer, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you about it and let you know what it's all about. So today, what's going to happen is we've had some coffee and conversation, and we're going to have a real quick, nice 6-minute entrepreneur presentation followed by 20 minutes of Q&A. And then we tend to break out into these little rooms afterwards and just have some time to connect with some other people and talk about the presentation or about what's going on in life, all kinds of stuff. We really get to learn about each other there. So as you go through the day, just to make sure you're on top of what's happening, we want you to be a supportive listener because that's going to help you give the best feedback and the best information and really help out our presenter today. So limit your distractions, try to figure out what stands out, what's the best things that you see, what wasn't there, what do you want to learn about, what could they have told you more about that would have helped you understand their business. And if you have expertise, please feel free to share it. But we'd like you to do it not from the guise of you should be doing something, but what do you think about this? Or what have you tried? Have you tried this? So think about phrasing your question in a very positive manner rather than a directive manner, so that they can build their thing with your suggestions and utilize it as best they can. So with that being said, I think that I need to get out of this, and I want to stop sharing the screen. And then I'm going to hand it over to Saib, who's from Lavenda, and I went the wrong direction. Need to go right here to the participants. There it is. Saib, you're ready. Whenever you're ready, you can hop on and get us going. And you are currently, now you're ready, perfect.
All right. Thank you, guys. My name is Saibree, and I am the founder and CEO of Lavenda LLC. Lavenda is a startup company that helps people feel and look their best from the inside out. We do this by making organic fruit and vegetable juices, organic CBD oil, and cannabis. So more than 52 million people are impacted by mental illness. Most people don't get the nutrients that they need every day, and this can affect their level of energy, and it can have a huge impact on a person's self-esteem, and it can increase obesity. So Lavender is going to be solving those problems by making our organic fruit and vegetable juices available to everyone at a reasonable price. Also, making organic CBD oil, which will come in 6 flavors, multiple cannabis flavors, some may be seasonal. There are many benefits from our products, but I'm just going to name a few. The first one is that we want to aid in relaxation. We want to help promote a restful sleep. We're going to promote your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. We're going to support your immune system, your respiratory system and functions. And also we're going to give you a boost of energy and a boost of self-esteem. My marketing strategy is I plan to get to the customer by using social media, posting ads, freemiums, affiliates. And as far as keeping the customers engaged and keeping the customer loyalty is the referral program, affiliate, loyalty, cross-sell, and upsell. So the landscape, the people that I plan to partner with in the future with my company is other organic juice companies, other cannabis companies, and other CBD companies. So this is the from the first year of the startup of the company. This is my estimated number of customers I plan to have based on each product that I'm going to be selling. And as you can see, the number of customers for the CBD is the highest number. And this is a reflection of the revenue based on the products. I do expect to be making more money selling my cannabis than any other of my other products. So my ask today is I am needing to raise $100,000 for the startup of my company, and this money will be used to purchase the licensing needed for my business, to run the business, the products needed to make the fresh juices, to bottle the juices, the labels, to launch the website, to actually finish the website and post it on Google, marketing tools and resources if needed, space rental. The space rental will be for the cannabis and the CBD oil. And also, I think I said that earlier, labels, that probably and labels for the products. And I do want to thank 1 Million Cups Seattle for allowing me to present. And that is the end of Lavenda.
Thank you.
Thank
Or the
you.
beginning of lavender.
True.
So
Oh, that is for the presentation.
that's right. There we go. We think you're going to go places, right? So thank you for that. That was fantastic. Very quick and very concise. You got that down. So that's fantastic. Normally people go over. You're one of the rare few who goes under the time of 6 minutes. So this is fantastic. We already have a few people with their thumbs up. So everyone, if you want to ask a question, there's many ways to do that. You can, excuse me, I got a little bit of a phlegm, it's horrible. But you can go and you can send me a question if you want to in the chat, okay? But better yet, just go down to the reactions area on your Zoom call and just raise your hand and we'll get to you in pretty much the order you raise your hand. We're gonna start today with Katie. She had her hand up first.
Hey, Saibree. Great to have you here and kind of learn more about your company. I am interested to hear a little bit more about you and your story. Why are you starting this company?
Yes, I have been making organic fruit and vegetable juices for me and my family for years now. So I suffer from anxiety, and I know how that made me feel. And I also suffer from weight gain, and it made me it made my it made my self-esteem low. So I know how it feels, to not like feel good inside, because if you don't feel good from the inside, gonna you're not going to show it on the outside. You're not going to be able to do anything. Like I said, you're not going to be able to be productive. You're not going to want to do anything. So I want people to be able to, know that you can take care of it. You got to take care of yourself first to be able to take care of anything or anyone else outside of you. So that's
Totally.
why Lavenda is here to help people feel and look their best from the inside out.
Yeah. I would just encourage you to capture some of that in your presentation in other spaces when you present, because I think that's really powerful. And obviously you can choose to share what level of sharing you want to share there, but I think having that personal connection just helps people to kind of relate to you and connect with you. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Very good question, Katie, and a nice comment. Yeah, that's fantastic. We'd love to hear more about you. So great one. Next up is Ryan.
Yeah, thank you. Nice presentation. Just like Katie said, I'd love to hear more about the kind of the origin story and why you personally want to do this. So I think that'd be really cool to see. I was wondering if there was a smaller scale test you could do to get started, kind of get things off the ground first, because $100,000 is it's a big number. It's a big round number. It's a beautiful number. I love it, but might be kind of hard and discouraging to get to it first. Is there an amount you could do with $10,000 or $5,000 first to get a proof of concept going, perhaps get some products made before worrying about the websites, the marketing stuff, everything else there. And then the other thing is you might run into a couple hurdles when it comes to marketing cannabis or CBD on Facebook and Google. Each of them have their own different policies for it. I'll tell you now, CBD will be a lot easier than cannabis would be.
Yeah. Thank you for the advice. As far as like getting lower funds, whatever funds I could get, it's going to be that's given to me for my business is going to be used toward that. So right now, if I was to only get $10,000, $5,000, that money will be used to purchase products, getting samples of the labels, my bottles, making sure aesthetically that it looks the way I want it to look, making sure that I get the fresh products that I want to buy, the juicer that I'm going to be using to juice the vegetables and the fruits. So yeah, yeah, so that's the goal. That is what that number is from me doing my research as far as like the licensing, and I was just adding all that up. And that's the number that I did get. So yeah, no, I'm open to receiving a lower amount. Anything that's, that's given to me for my business is not gonna be used for that.
Fantastic. Investors love to know that you have different thresholds. So great question, Ryan. Thanks for asking that. Next up is Tessa.
Hey, Save, thank you so much. I have like a million questions. I always have a million questions, but I have a million questions. One of them though is I'm really interested in like, it's kind of like going off the story part, but like what was your experience finding that your anxiety and the way you felt about yourself got better by using these juices? Like, what was the transition from like pre and now where you went like, this makes a big difference to me?
Yeah, so when I started using it, well, I decided, you first have to decide, you want to feel better, you want to look better, you have to take control.
Mm.
And so I decided I took control. And when I started using it, I was consistent. I made sure I made those juices for myself, and I made sure, just kind of doing breathing techniques as well. So that resulted in me losing weight, having more energy, my skin cleared up. I just felt better overall.
Oh wait, that like makes me
Yeah.
think, because that's what's like really exciting. I guess like this touches on marketing as well, like the differentiator, because now there's a lot of people coming into the markets with sort of products like this. And I
Yeah.
was like, what is it that made you excited about making the product? But it seems like I feel like part of that story being also like, yes, these juices are like the cornerstone, but and I use these juices to give like consistency to my journey from like having anxiety and help my mental health and my physical well-being. They were
Yeah.
like a cornerstone of like my consistency. And then I also use these other techniques, and I feel like you having as the founder and the owner and the creator of these products, and knowing that holistic sort of side of things, knowing that it's like this with this with this, and talking about it, that could be like your, you're still just selling your products, but that is like what shows that you really understand like where they fit in somebody's life. And that, like, that, hearing you say that, I was like, oh yeah, like if I heard Save talking about her experience with and what she did, how she used these juices within the context of her whole life, I'd be like, I'm gonna buy that product over this one that's just like, here, I made it, I made an infused CBD oil, like buy it. So I
Right.
was just thinking about that. That made me excited about
Yeah.
that, your product and the differentiator of it. Yeah.
Yeah, my dedication is always quality first, It's just I don't want a bad product. I don't want to be putting something in my body that's not really good for me. That's why I chose to do organic fruits and organic veggies and organic CBD oil. This is, it's all natural, and I've had really positive experiences with CBD oil and cannabis as well. It helped me with my anxiety. It helped me sleep, and like I said, I make my smoothies and my juices for my friends and family as well, and they all love them. Some of them, they were open to it. I was kind of surprised because
Totally.
some of my family is just not really, they wasn't always healthy, but they saw me, so it's like I could be like kind of a role model, and it kind of felt weird because I am younger than them. But then, after I realized that they liked it, it made me feel good.
Awesome. I love hearing this story. I just like that's everything to me. I love it. Thanks for sharing.
Very cool. I'm going to interject a question slash comment here. And that is, we had someone on just a few weeks ago from a company called NanoCare. And they were very hesitant to make claims about what their product can do. And I don't know what you can and cannot say about cannabis and CBD and all that such, but you may want to find someone who can give you advice on what can you present to people as factual and such. So just be wary of that. But I mean, I love the, you put down all the positives, and as a, as an experienced cannabis user in my life, that's me. I agree. A lot of those things, sleeping and all that stuff, I think it really helps in a lot of ways. Just be careful about what you say. But I think your message is on point. I love the positives that you've chosen. I think those are good positives that a lot of people don't know about. So just a thought for you there. And have you talked to anybody about what you can say and not say with marketing?
I actually haven't had anybody to say, to actually give me some advice on, being careful about what you say, the words you use about the cannabis and the CBD, because I have heard there are a lot of naysayers for CBD oil or cannabis, and a lot of people can't, a lot of people can't use it. It just doesn't go well with their body, or they just don't know, they don't take the right amount. So yeah, that's definitely something I will be careful of. Make sure I use my words wisely. Make sure I tell people, you got to consult with your doctor. You have to know yourself. You have to know your body. Before so like my juices. This is one reason why I'll sell organic CBD oil, but I won't put the CBD oil in the juices when I sell it to them. I'll make the juices for you. I'll send them to you. You can buy the CBD oil separately, and there is going to be, like I don't know, what do you call it? A disclaimer.
There would definitely be a disclaimer. That's always the wise thing to do to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So with that, I would say when you get to that point, you're going to have somebody from legal handle that for you so that you make the right choices. Okay, very cool, very cool.
I have a book that might help you with that.
Oh, very cool.
He talks about the effects of like marijuana and what all, and then there's also like the Gaia documentaries have like a whole different perspective on what all that does. There's like pros and cons.
Cool. Drew, could you put those in the chat so that later on she can grab that chat and go look those resources up? That is great stuff. Well, I'm also going to put in one of our previous organizers is kind of in this world that you're in, and he does a podcast and some other stuff. So maybe it'd be worthwhile for you to go explore what he's doing and see how he's doing it as just just someone else who's in the same sort of field. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Thank you.
Excellent. Hey, next person with their hand up is Kareem.
Hi, thank you very much for your presentation. That was it was sort of it was heartwarming. That was cool. I have two questions. One is what do you predict as your unique quality with respect to these products, right? Like what's going to be, certainly there's a lot of these things out in the market. Like what's going to be unique about yours that really sort of drives interest?
Yeah, so my products are going to be organic, and my products are going to be packaged in plastic or glass, containers that keeps the products fresh. And yeah, my products are going to be organic. That's one thing that that makes my products different. So other than that, I'm not only going to send the customers the products, the customers are going to get information about the fruits, the ingredients, and the benefits of the ingredients. It's going to be like I picture it's going to be like a little pamphlet and it's gonna have like some motivational words on it. So yeah, I should probably think about some other things that's gonna make my company stand out too. You know, because I feel like that's not enough.
Okay. And then the follow-on question, and then I'll be done, is what is your long-term plan for this company? I noticed in your first 3 years, your revenues won't be enough to support your family. Is this a idea that you're going to we're going to grow later on in life? Is it like, what are your long-term plans for the company?
Yeah, so my long-term plans is to eventually grow and sell my products all over the US and outside of the US. Also, I eventually want to have actually physical stores. So where customers, they can come in and they can dine in and they can purchase my products, just kind of be with friends or family, whoever they want to be with. Yeah, so I do. It's not gonna be a side hustle. I plan to go pretty big with this.
Okay, thanks. That's it for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Knowing where your company is going, I agree. That's a question that when I gave my first presentation, someone asked, and I hadn't even thought about what's the goal. So I'm glad that Kareem brought that up. Thank you so much. Katie, you're back on the stage.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm getting like really excited for you and hearing the like that dream big, that possibility, right? And I want to kind of circle back to Ryan's point earlier about like what is. I was actually asked this by somebody recently where they were like, what is the thing that is blocking you from having success? And obviously I know that money is a key piece of that, right? But I wonder, like, what is the fastest way that you could get to some kind of proof, whether that's like you do a tasting room or something with all your friends and family and you give them a little survey, right? Slash it to all of us because I want to try. But is it something else, right? So that way you can start to get a sense of momentum and a sense of excitement, right? And not need to be waiting until you get that 100K in your bank account to start making this happen. Mm-hmm. What do you think would be like your path of least resistance towards getting somewhere?
Other than the funds, I don't. So I do need to do a proof of concept, but I feel like it would kind of be biased if I just stuck with friends and family, because they all love me, right?
Sure.
I want people's honest opinion. So I would like to get out there and see real people and let them try my product and give me honest feedback, about how did you feel after you drank it? How did it taste? How did the bottle look? Like, if you were in the store or something, like, would you pick that bottle up? Would it grab your attention? All that good stuff.
Yeah, I love that. So maybe that's something you could start to plan towards, right? Like pick that as your next kind of flag in the sand, right? And then go to the next one.
Yeah, another thing to answer your question again, Kareem, going back to what you said, what makes my company stand out? I don't know why I didn't think about that, but my company is called Lavenda. So my products, it's gonna be also I'm gonna sell lavender as well. So customers will be able to have lavender put in their juices, or they could buy the dry lavender flower separately. That's another thing. It's gonna be organic lavender too.
My wife is a huge fan of lavender, everything.
It's very natural.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kareem, I spoke over you, buddy.
Oh no, that was me. I was speaking out of turn. That was what I was saying was lavender's a beautiful smell. It was my grandmother's favorite flower. So that's lavender's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to interject here real quickly because someone wrote down a question and they were wondering about the the figures you showed before. Were those monthly or yearly customers and income in the graphs you showed earlier?
Sorry, Saibree, you're on mute.
Yeah, we accidentally, you got muted accidentally.
Yeah, so those numbers, that was all me. That is what I estimated. I didn't hire a professional to, get those numbers out for me.
Was that a
Do
monthly
they
or
represent a
annual?
monthly
That was
or
yearly.
Yearly.
Yeah.
yearly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So Tessa, I'm glad that you are unmuted because you are the next person with your hand up.
Yeah. So that question was from Adam. He's doing drop-offs with his kids right now, so he can't be on video or sound. So he's he just wanted to ask you a question too, and hopefully he had the answer. My other interest was, where are you saying you're going to send it to people, and these like fresh juices, and I'm assuming this is an assumption that you're not going to be putting like too many preservatives in there, and or there's a shelf life to the freshness of them, and you want to get them to the quickly. So really my question's like, where are you selling from? Are you thinking starting locally to where you live right now and kind of doing kind of what we would call the farmers market route, or the small stall route, or are you thinking of like the supermarket situation? You go and see if you can get, that's actually, the problem is these are really expensive, which you probably know that it's actually not that cheap to go get a stall at a market or go get a stall especially at supermarkets. But so I guess I'm wondering, like, trying to envision where you're selling to. Are you trying to get it to the people locally to you? Are you trying to go whoever's interested wherever in the country? What does it look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. And so I do plan on starting locally. I do want to be able to ship my products to customers in different states and outside of the country. And I want to be able to do that while maintaining the freshness and keeping the nutrients of the fruits and vegetables without, putting too many preservatives in there. So yes, I do plan on starting out locally. It's more than likely gonna start from home, and then as it grows, it'll be, I'll expand out to, like markets, farmers markets, grocery stores. Yeah.
Makes me think like, though, that maybe there are places right now that are getting together, and like Eric said, we had a organizer who's just changed locations, but he was in the cannabis area, and like a little community, if there's communities in the CBD, cannabis, and like organic juices in your area, that, like you already mentioned in your slide, in your presentation, you were like, I would like to join with other like people who do other organic juices, companies or groups or people who make that. So like, I'm wondering, yeah, if there's anything. Did you say you were in the Chicago area?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if there's stuff around there that is, maybe being the Midwest, it's maybe not as open to that as other places, but I'm sure there is some communities there somewhere that maybe you can tap into, and maybe they have like events that you could show your stuff at.
Definitely. You know what I was thinking about? You just doing those samples, giving out samples at like Fresh Time or like some of the restaurants here. I was thinking kind of like and it's getting really hot too. Just going outside, getting like a little stand.
Stand there with the plates.
Yeah.
The little cups.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, people are interjecting about farmers markets and how those are a great place to kind of show your wares. So that's all over the chat right now. So everyone had the same idea at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add on to kind of what I think, as I'm listening, I really want you to find a community that can help you go down the right path, so you don't make the mistakes that a lot of us make when we start our first business. And so, you know, find a mentor, or if you could find, like I love that Tessa said, find someone in your area. That's such a smart idea. So if you could find some people to kind of communicate with, I think you're going to find they're going to have the connections to those people that you need to talk to. And that way you're not just spinning your wheels and going and talking to X, Y, and Z when you need to be over here talking to somebody else completely. So I could really see that benefiting your business and really accelerating how it goes, just to reach out, especially now that we can do that. So there might be a meetup group in your area that talks about small business stuff, and you might meet someone there. There's this lunch club thing that I've heard a lot about lately. Anyone know about that? So there's all these options out there, and I think it can really like help accelerate where you're going, so that you're not confused and have questions. You're going to get those suckers answered by the right people, and I think that would be so good for you. I mean, I know that that's why I come to 1 Million Cups every week. I learn something new, and that for me, that's one of the great reasons I'm here. I'm getting educated every week. So.
Dude, I just looked on Meetup, Sabe, and it's like, I looked up Chicago cannabis and CBD oil or something, and there's like literally a group being called Chicago CBD Cannabis Conversation Group, and one that says breaking into the booming cannabis hemp industry. And so like they're all like literally talking about this, and they might be great resources for you.
Thank you for that. I do appreciate the resources, guys. I'll definitely look into that meetup. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, and those farmers markets.
Yeah, we'll get a copy of the chat to you as well, and you can save it as well. And there is also
Thank you.
based on I think it was Katie's suggestion earlier, there's an organization called SCORE, and they've done a presentation with us before, but I just put the link in there where you can find a business mentor for free, and they match you with someone who might be able to help you with those other questions that people were talking about, like what you can and can't say, or like other whatever. There was a lot of other, like on the business side of things, less the actual cannabis side. So we'll get all of those resources to you, and hopefully they can help you out a little.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very, very cool. Well, I don't see any more questions, and it's just about time for us to wrap up anyway. So I'd want to say thank you again for your presentation and for answering all these questions. And it's great to have you join us here in Seattle. I'm going to share the screen one more time and go through a few more slides. I know that's everyone's favorite part of the day. But at the end of every one of these presentations, we like to ask you, or what can the 1 Million Cups community do for you?
Was that question for me?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, it's for you.
What can 1 Million Cups do
how
for
can
me?
we help you?
Help me with the funds so I can get these products. And what is it? What is it? Oh God, it's proof of concept. Get these samples out here to these customers. Get to this farmers market. I can't remember the guy who said, about the Brian. He was like, just to kind of get it out there. Just getting like $5,000 or $2,000 to purchase the product, and then post up at places, and actually doing the surveys. I don't know if the surveys are free or not, but
there are certainly free survey opportunities for that you can use SurveyMonkey and such. So, but yeah, so maybe during the breakout rooms, we can someone will chat with you and you can find out more about that there. So
okay, yeah,
fantastic. Just want to, I guess that yeah, if you enjoyed today and you have an idea or a business, please feel free to apply. Doesn't cost you anything. We don't expect anything, but it's a start. It's sometimes the best thing you can do is just take that first step. And whether it turns into a presentation or not, I think that there's a lot for just saying, I think I want to tell people my story. So we'd love to have you apply to present, especially here at 1 Million Cups Seattle. If you'd like to get involved, okay, we have room for some organizers, and this is a great opportunity to practice some business skills and to work in a team and to just feel good about helping the community of entrepreneurs out there grow and get better at what they're doing. Next week, we have Kareem from Greensome Farms. Okay, he's going to be out here, and you heard from Kareem today. He's one of our organizers, and so we're really excited to have him on our stage next week. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to break into some breakout rooms. Tessa's excited. She's in charge of this. She'll be turning this on for us in a second, and what'll happen is you'll be put into a room with 2 to 3 people, and you can stay on there till about 10:15 or 10:20, and then we have to shut down the meeting because we have another meeting to go to as a group. But you got a free pass to go whenever you like, so you're not stuck anytime. And if you got stuff to do, go do it. But we really appreciate you spending today with us. This last hour has been great, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday and a fantastic rest of the week. So whenever you're ready, Tessa.
Yeah, well, thanks guys. And if you need to go now, because I don't want to accidentally leave someone in a room by themselves. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.